Welcome to the April movie recap. Hi, my name is Jenna Jo, if you didn't know, and one of my goals this year was to watch at least 15 movies every single month, and that's for a few different reasons. Growing up, I was somewhat sheltered from watching movies for the most part. Like in front of me, I see the huge stack of Disney VHS tapes that I had to pick and choose from, but other than that, it was pretty slim pickings, in terms of movies at least. And obviously we're not kids forever, but it wasn't until a few years ago that I really started getting into movies and cinema and film and all the different things. It kind of helps that I have a bestie that's super into movies. So part of this is just expanding my movie knowledge because there are so many movies that I just haven't had the ability to see. But I also wanted to push myself a little bit to see what movies that I might end up picking. Like from movies on my watch list to movies that I see other people review. I'm pretty sure that I posted recaps for every month so far this year. There may or may not be a playlist, but let's get into it. I barely met my quota this month. I watched 15 movies in the month of April. And yeah, let's get started with the first 5. And those first 5 movies are The Breakfast Club, The Help, The Northman, Matilda, and 500 Days of Summer. And out of these first 5, only one of them was new to me, meaning the other 4 I had definitely rewatched before. And if you guessed the one that I hadn't seen was The Northman, then you'd be right. Which means that I've definitely seen The Breakfast Club, The Help, Matilda, and 500 Days of Summer. I hadn't watched The Breakfast Club in a few years, so I kind of just wanted to revisit it, honestly. For me, it's one of those throw-on classics that I just like to play. The Help, though, is one that I wanted to show one of my friends that had never seen it. Like, how have you not seen The Help? This movie is so good. Emma Stone, Viola Davis, I could continue. My son has recently got into Matilda, so we watched that one together. But I know that was definitely one of little Jenna's favorite movies. Orphan stories just hit a little bit harder as an orphan, you know? Not that that's entirely an orphan story. I think you understand what I'm saying though. And then to be honest, 500 Days of Summer was just a movie that I threw on before I was going to bed. One that I just chilled with and vibed with, and it's a fairly easy watch. So I like Zooey Deschanel. But The Northman, the new movie, oh my gosh, did that surprise me. This movie was suggested to me because I've seen some of the other Robert Iger films and I've somewhat enjoyed them, and it was pitched to me like this really good revenge story, which I am always down for, and I'm happy to say that I did enjoy that one. I know definitely not new for everyone, but it was new for me. While I was watching it with my friend, I kept comparing it to The Lion King. It just gave Lion King vibes, okay? But of course it's more than just Lion King, and I don't think it's my favorite Robert Iger film, but it's definitely not at the bottom either. Let's dive into the next 5, which funnily enough has kind of like the opposite thing going on. Let's get into it. The next 5 movies are The Surfer, a Minecraft movie, Sinners, Palm Springs, and Miss Congeniality. And out of those 5 films, 4 of them were new to me and only one of them was a repeat or a rewatch. And if you guessed that Palm Springs was the one that I rewatched, then you'd be right, which means that I saw The Surfer, a Minecraft movie, Sinners, and Miss Congeniality for the first time ever. The Surfer is that new Nicolas Cage movie that's just about to come out. It came out. You should go see it. I had the amazing opportunity to pre-screen it, and I did post a movie Monday about it, so I would highly recommend going and checking that out. If you like Nicolas Cage, I would recommend it. A Minecraft movie was, you know, it was with my son. He loves Minecraft. I actually like Minecraft too. It was a movie. My son and I definitely keep saying chicken jockey. We're low-key annoying. It's okay. Sinners is that new vampire movie that just recently came out, and also my most recent movie Monday as well, if you were interested potentially, which just leaves Miss Congeniality. I watched it on the famous date that's mentioned in the movie, like not exactly when the movie came out, but there is a specific date in April that they mention. I think it's April 25th. I could be wrong. But I had never seen it before, and one of my friends was like, "What do you mean you've never seen this? This is the perfect day. Sit down, we're watching it." And it was honestly a lot of fun. I'm surprised that I hadn't seen it before. It's definitely one of those movies that feel like right in my lane, or in that lane of movies that I enjoy. And Palm Springs is just fun, to be honest. One of the better time loop movies in my opinion. Okie dokie, let's move to these last 5 movies that I watched in April. And fun fact, I'm pretty sure that I watched these last 5 movies one day after another. I was really trying to meet my quota this month. There was so much that happened in this month. It was hard to find time to sit down and watch a movie. I'm just happy I did it. All right, let's get into those last 5. And those are Y2K, The Shrouds, The Prestige, The Gorge, and Insomnia. And out of those 5 movies, just like last time, only one of them was a rewatch. And if you guessed that that one rewatch was Y2K, then you'd be correct. I just think that movie is so much fun. Let's just start with that one, okay? It's perfect. It's Y2K. I know it's low-key kind of stupid for a lot of people, but I really don't mind seeing a Tamagotchi go at someone. I love the cast. I love the vibes. It perfectly captures the comedy element in my personal opinion. It's just a fun watch, for me at least. Alright, let's get into the last 4 movies that I hadn't seen though. The Shrouds is a new one that just recently came out. I had never heard or seen literally anything about it until my bestie was like, hey, I saw this movie that I don't know anything about. Let's go see it. I was like, okay, cool. And then we saw it. It was weird. It was giving like a Black Mirror episode energy, but it didn't in that way at all. Maybe like Black Mirror episode concept, but not execution. And to be honest, I'm still trying to piece my thoughts together on that one. But let's move on to The Prestige. My phone ran out of space. I'm so sorry. I think I had just wrapped up The Shrouds. Let's dive into The Prestige. The Prestige is that Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan movie, right? It's about these like competing magicians, and I enjoyed it. I feel like at this point I've almost seen all of the Christopher Nolan films, which is like low-key crazy. I have yet to clean out an entire director's discography, filmography, discography's music, but there's so much happening in that movie. In the end, definitely left me with some questions. Like, it has an ending, but it's interesting. The next one that I watched is The Gorge, which is that Miles Teller, Anya Taylor-Joy movie where they're like on opposite ends trying to protect this gorge thing. I think it's on Apple TV. I think it came out at the beginning of this year, the end of last year, something like that. To be honest, when I first heard about it, I didn't think it was gonna be that amazing. But after hearing person after person after person talk about it and catching a few clips of it on TikTok, I'm like, all right, let's watch this thing. It's got to be something, right? And it was definitely something. It's not exactly what you think it is, and I like that about it. There's way more under the surface than what they're initially trying to get at. And overall, it was a pretty solid film, in my opinion. And the last but certainly not least movie that I watched in April, yesterday actually. Yeah, I originally planned for this video to come out a lot earlier than it is, but hey, it's okay. It's okay. Let's go back to the video. Was Insomnia. I really like the way that I watched it, so I kind of want to do the same thing. If you don't know what Insomnia is, don't look it up. It's also made by Christopher Nolan, but it's like the most not Christopher Nolan film. Not in like a bad way, just compared to all the other movies that he's made, it definitely sticks out. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about the story. I didn't know anything about the cast, and that's exactly how I would recommend it to you if you also don't know anything about it. I will say that it's like this murder mystery kind of story. You're following this detective try and solve this case, but it's a little more convoluted than that. And like the other ones, I also enjoyed this one. What movies did you watch in April? And have you seen any of the movies that I've seen? I would honestly love to know in the comments. And while you're there, if you think of a movie suggestion for what I should watch in May, I would not be mad at that. I'm hoping my May is a little more chill than my April, so maybe we can watch more than 15 movies next month. I'm just happy though that I at least watched 15 and I'm continuing with my whole thing. If you like today's video, make sure to give it a like. It definitely helps this channel. And if you like this face, you like this kind of content, maybe consider subscribing. I hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!